इस वीडियो में मैं आपको बताने जा रहा हूँ न्यू वक्फ जो बिल पास हुई है, वक्फ लॉ, इसकी ज़रूरत क्यों थी और क्या इसके बारे में बाकी लोगों का नज़रिया है। द वक्फ अमेंडमेंट बिल 2024 is designed to usher in much needed transparency, accountability and fairness in the governance of Waqf property across India. I am aware of the fear being expressed by the Muslim community, including those regarding the erosion of institutional autonomy, potential encroachment on the Waqf property right, the dilution of Waqf Board authority, and the perceived risk of excessive bureaucratic control. This sentiment deserves to be acknowledged with seriousness and sensitivity. At the same time, it is important to recognize that several opposition parties have sought to exploit these concerns through misinformation, fear mongering, and divisive rhetoric. While genuine concern must be addressed and thoughtfully, it is equally necessary to counter false narrative and mislead the public and derail important reform. The unchecked functioning of the Waqf Board has in the past led to arbitrary and land claim causing anguish not only to members of other communities but to Muslim as well. And it is this opaque system that the current legislation seeks to reform. With Parliament passing the bill, long-standing imbalance can be corrected and justice in matter related to land and property can be restored. Unlike previous administrations that sit away from the addressing this sensitive issue due to the political expediency, the government led by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi has taken a courageous and necessary decision in the public interest. The bill not as being made out against the Muslim community, rather managed lawfully while preventing wrongful acquisitions for years, and the Waqf Board had the power to declare land as a Waqf property without any legal scrutiny. So consequently, it led to the instance where people lost home, business, and even place of worship overnight. So the infamous case in the Tamil Nadu where a 1500-year-old Hindu temple and an entire village were declared Waqf property. So stand as a shocking example of this misuse. Such arbitrary claim created fear among non-Muslim, the Muslim community as. Unlike the Hindu and Sikh religious trust which operate under the government supervision, so Waqf property had no external check, allowing corruptions and mismanagement to drive. So the new argument reflect this reflect this and ensured if every property claim follow the legal and just process. So one of the most critical reform in the bill is the removal of work by user and provision which previously allow any land used by the Muslim community for a certain period to declare as a work property even without legal documentations. So the process case when private property, government land and even temple were taken over with provision of eliminated. That's what we need to be talk about. Work claim will no require concrete proof, and like any other legal claim, over the year there have been thousands of the disputed cases where non-Muslim lost their property due to their exploitations, communal tensions, and with this loophole, close and long-standing belief that open work always a work, and has finally been laid to rest. And another significant changes is a place the authority over the work survive in the hand of the district collector and instead of work appointed survey commissioner. So this ensure basically the property record are aligned with the state revenue law and prevent wrongful land acquisition. So the bill explicitly state that any government land mistakenly recorded as a waqf and will be restored to the government safeguard public resources and from unwarranted claim, and it is a disputed arise, and the final decision will trust with the district collectors and remove the unplanned decision. So major board industry and the board and the non-Muslims member in the Waqf and the central Waqf council will not include the two non-Muslim representatives, and while the Waqf board will have at least two non-Muslim members, so moreover representation from the different community is not addressable and accessible, and that's Bora and Akani the will have to be find out the new solutions. Now, these changes promote the balanced decision making and to curb the corruptions indicate the major changes general changes CAG or designated office previously and work property are meant to be handled here. Now, letting to be the leading financial mismanagement and issue of fund with those are responsible to hold on there. So additional the amendment conflict legal overnight and the work disputed and him to be a district court and senior court, those will take the understand and consideration. First, the bill ensures the complete protections of tribal land by the explicitly and the prohibiting the declarations of the tribals and land and work property. So each encroachment have a threat and the right and livelihood and indigenous community in social and such as Jharkhand. For the first time, the ancestral land is sold by the law from the arbitrary like this. So the second, the bill protest there's a rich historical legacy by the property and the declarations and the archaeologists socially to talk about. So protected momentum of any other archaeologist site is a work property, and moreover they are talking about Delhi Purana Kila and Qutub Minar and Safdarjung, this is the part of the Aurangzeb's and tomb and Karnataka gave the Aurangzeb's. So the life and the Gulbarg fort, nearly the total across the country, the bill is purportedly in effect and would not have any bearing on past work, understanding the future this thing. So the message is clear. India is a movement long, and that is talking about but Russia is already claimed, and they have the these types of economy, and they were talking about inclusion of diverse Muslim, and they need to be a set of there. So the bill is not about the targeting any religious group, rather it established the system where the need to be aborted and transparency that need to be discussed, and this way we have to be just like the proper names, and then they are jumping the just like a particular concept. In that case they need to be a different clear. So now let's to be a stop here. Thank you.